Yeah, I'm exhausted.
He's on one today.
Yo, for real.
You see that?
Yo, no kitchen, bro.
Yeah. What's going on over there, bro? What makes you
like? Are we recording?
We're recording. I want to hear the train of thought behind this decision and why now is a good time.
When is it's like when they said it's never a good time to have kids or what, same shit. Like, when is it a good time to renovate the crib, especially the kitchen?
When the kids move out, bro.
Nah, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? It's just the one thing in our crib was the crib is dope and all that, but the kitchen was always like the one thing that bothered us. And so I don't know, bro. It's just something to do. But once it starts, you're just like, fuck, man. The dust, and luckily our kids are pretty good and they haven't really like tried to go up into the mix. In the beginning they were like looking through the holes in the plastic, like, what's going on in there? But that's about it, man. It's just, not being able to cook, not being able to use your, like, we're washing dishes in the bathroom sink. Pain in the ass.
Nice. Just buy a whole bunch of like disposable shit, no?
Yeah, we thought about that after the fact.
Oh, nice.
I haven't done
no planning. You were just like, fuck it, they're coming tomorrow. Let them figure it out.
Yeah, that's pretty whack.
But you said that your kids had started school already, which should have made it a little easier, but then they got sick. I had to stay home during
the tying this into the renovation?
Yeah, I thought you said that shit. Did I make that up?
Yeah, they got sick, but that was pre starting the renovation. Okay. And then they got me sick, and I'm getting over being sick now, which I just got over it a couple weeks back. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, man.
They get sick a lot, man, from all the school shit, all the young kid sickness.
It's terrible, man. Terrible.
Yo, there's gotta be something, bro, because it's too consistent.
With me?
With like in the household, because one of them, like, it feels like the kids bring it in, and then everybody else catches it.
Yeah, I mean, my cousin is a teacher, and she just said, once you're around it so much, you get teacher immunity, she calls it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm hoping that, I don't know, we fucking get some beefcake immunity system going.
I don't know why that reminded me of South Park for some reason.
I wasn't sure where you're going with that.
Yeah, that shit could have easily gone gay stripper club. Like, I don't know. You were going all over the place.
Man, he got excited. He's like, oh.
Nah, not at all.
Great episode, guys. we're off to a good start right now.
Yeah, sure. We talk in real time on the pod to people listening about us trying to do a real deal conference, or no, we shouldn't do that yet.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So we're just gonna brainstorm while people listen.
Wow, okay.
I saw Kay's beard curl up again.
I mean, I think we should talk about it quickly and then move on, because our ratings are gonna fall through the floor.
We're gonna lose our number one spot. Right?
You mean our one listener?
Yeah.
Hey, man, don't even trip, dog. We got a lot of people that rooting for us, listening to us.
We do. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to the click.
Yeah. Shout out to Tom.
Yo, so what the concept for just to kind of tease it a little bit. Did you hit yourself,
cramp. Bro? I got a fat man cramp. Ow.
So we've been thinking about, like, as a podcast, as us as friends, like, how do we elevate what we're doing to serve our audience and people like us more effectively, right? And we've been throwing out ideas for years, but we're finally going to get together sometime in the very near future and really brainstorm. But I think one of the major topics we've been thinking about is like is DadCon.
Why are you laughing? Because you said we're gonna get together in the near future and really brainstorm. My mind went to shots. Yeah, make some noise.
We're gonna brainstorm drunk at the end of a bar. Nah, but like, how dope would it be to have a conference, right? And don't think a conference like in the traditional sense where it's like relatively boring. This is more like engaging, like useful information from notable people.
Manny is gonna have a hula hoop station.
I'm definitely I'll show y'all how to hula hoop. I can do that. But like really focus on some of the key things that parents, fathers in particular, are thinking about, right? Or struggling with, and try to help figure out solutions and just bring together minds to help potentially address some of these things in a dope environment. So just, I guess, the tip of the iceberg of kind of what we're thinking about, of course, layering in hip hop into the equation as well in some way.
I guess the big question is, I know there are some conferences out there, and we talked about going to some. We should probably do our homework and figure out what's already out there and what they do.
We should go so we could get ideas of what we want to do differently from those, but see kind of like structured things. I think this is my POV of what I think I would like to see come out of it, is to bring together like-minded fathers, where it's just genuinely, fathers that have share some same interests, but that we can do it in a way that, like, it's just not like a boring conference, a bunch of squares just hanging out. Like we can learn some shit in our language, and we can hang out and have a good time. But at the same token, it's not like debauchery. It's like, we all know at the end of the day, hey man, we can have a good time. We can fucking listen to some dope hip hop. We can learn some shit.
And parent.
But at the end of the day, it's we're trying to go back home safely and come out of this experience feeling confident and kind of like supported by knowing that there's a lot of fathers like me out there. Because I think sometimes people feel isolated, like it's not cool to be a caring father or provider. Like, I don't know. Do you guys feel that way sometimes? Like, it just feels like weird. Like when 100%. I tell people, nah, I can't, I'm doing something with the family, it almost seems like they're like lame,
right.
Oh, you ain't grinding. You ain't on the grind. Like, fuck out of here, bro.
Well, that's the one. That's the thing that oftentimes when we have guests and they start getting into the conversation, and then they're like, damn, this is kind of cool. I never really get to talk about this, or because I don't think a lot of us talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like, I don't think anybody would admit this, but it's almost like a topic that's almost embarrassing to address, right? Like, some people might just want to hold it back and don't feel like they can be open about parenting or being, a father, and some of the things that the conflicts that arise. Because, like, you got a lot of times you got to make decisions like, yo, I'm not going to go and chill, do some cool shit with your boys because I got to take my kid to basketball practice, or something compelling that happens in your family life. Which is, I mean, a lot of it is, we talk about it all the time though. Like, guys, we're stubborn as fuck for the most part, and we clown each other a lot,
right?
And so those kinds of things sometimes don't mix when you're trying to be a father. Sometimes, also, like, I think that people are embarrassed or shy away from the idea that they repetitively are making not an excuse, but it seems like an excuse of, nah, I got shit to do with the fam, or I got to do this with the fam. And it comes off to somebody on the outside like he's always saying. I'll give you a perfect example relating to me. Just the other day, and it's going to come out on Drink Champs, Nori, he's always going, his kids are older, so he's a little bit more freer to travel and do things. And of course, he'll invite his friends, he'll invite me, and and I'm like, no, I can't go. Like, I got young kids. My kids are young, and I'm just not moving around like that at this point in my life. Not alone, and not with them. I'm not leaving them. So he's made a couple comments on the show, and and I just think that sometimes people outside of you, they lose track of how old your kids even are sometimes. Yeah. Maybe he thinks my kids are already 16, 17, like, I don't know. But he's like, oh yeah, I'm going out of the country. I'm going to go do this, that. And then the guest, I think it was Memphis Bleak, was like, oh, that's dope. Yeah, EFN don't want to go, and I'm like, nah. He's like, why don't you want to go? Like, and I'm like, nah, the kids. And he's like, yeah, he's always using the kids as an excuse.
Oh shit.
he's always using them And I'm like, excuse, and then Bleak chimed in like, oh nah, what the hell, bro? You got that with the kids, and like he's like with Nori coming at me, and I'm like, yo, bro, I got 2 small kids. I got, I say their age, 5 and 3-year-old. Like, nah, it ain't happening. And then even Bleak, who's a father himself, he kind of realized, oh yeah, those ages, you're in the trenches still, like you ain't moving. And I think that's a thing that's common, for dads all around, especially dads that are committed and put their family first. And so, like, again, going back to what the community that we want to build is that, I think you should have a pride in consistently saying, I got to do shit with the fam, because that means you're a consistent parent, father, provider, spouse, whatever. You're at least consistent, and that's a priority over everything else. And it should be. It should be. What was my famous quote that we never used? Part-time. I'm a full-time father, part-time everything else. Something like that.
Yeah, that was it. My famous quote we never used.
Right.
But let's
put that post up this week.
Yeah.
Repost
that's the quote for the episode.
Right.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, E. Does it weigh on you when you feel like people are looking at you like, here we go again. He's using his kids as the excuse. Or do you just let it slide?
It doesn't. I mean, look, I'm human, bro. Like, for the most part, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's really my
chill, B.
No. That's my front shield. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it doesn't get me angry like in an aggressive way, like, oh, I'm beefing with someone. But I do put on this, I get angry in a sense because you know what? Like, this is my family. This is my like my everything, this is my brand, this is my company, this is my family, like this is first foremost, and yours should be yours, and that's fine, but don't make a thing of me making it mine, if that makes any sense. But I get aggressive in my mind more than anything else, like, get the fuck out of here. But I really don't care. But like I said, I'm human, and sometimes you just start to second guess, and this is the thing. It's like someone keeps digging into you. Like, you'll start to second guess. Well, am I using that too? Like, is it a thing that is too much? Should I be doing more? But I bring myself back really quick. It's like, bro, first of all, teach their own. Do whatever the fuck makes you feel good. And but I would say across the board to anybody, a consistency with your family and being there more often than not is always going to be better. And if you have the opportunity, and luckily, I'm in a position where I have that opportunity, that I can be there more often than not, I'm going to take advantage of it. Maybe tomorrow life changes for me. Maybe financially or business-wise, I got to do more things and it changes. But right now, I'm lucky and I'm going to take advantage of that and be there more often than not.
Do you ever wonder when you see folks that that are just, whether it's traveling or they're just out all the time, doing shit all the time, and they've got kids, like, do you wonder, like, damn, what is their relationship really like with the kids? Is it all good because that's just what the kids know, or is it lacking?
Yeah, I don't get it. When I see that now as a father, look, when I was immature and young, I used to judge my boys like, yo, come on, you gotta, they had kids, like, you gotta come on, we gotta grind, we gotta do this, do that. That was me being immature, and I admit it. I also felt like you guys kind of fucked up having kids so young.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. Because thankfully,
no, I was the same way. I
love my friends' kids. My god kids, everything.
Yeah, but you start clowning people and they can't move around. Yeah,
were clowning.
Yeah.
Right, but now that you're older, obviously your mindset changes, your maturity and all of that. And for me, I think it was a blessing having kids at this age because I feel like my mindset is right. But I look at people and they're moving around, even my age. They're my age. They're not young people doing that. They're my age. Excuse me. And I'm just like, yo, how does that work, man? And I get it. I get the grind aspect. I get, they're building wealth for their family and all this stuff. But I'm like, in the end, in this short life that we have, and even shorter time that your kids are small and give a fuck to be with you, you're squandering all that because you think you're grinding and you're creating this wealth that, like, I don't know. I don't know if it weighs out, if it balances out.
Do either of you ever get like what's the word? Like at least a peek into what some of these folks' relationships are like with their kids. Like, because again, I think a lot of dads who are out and about doing shit and maybe not spending as much time as maybe we think someone should spend with kids, they're pretty much going to portray like, oh yeah, we have a great relationship, everything's good, yada yada yada. Do you guys ever get to see more of the real deal or uncover any of that, or no?
Manny?
I'm not sure I understand the questions. Can you say it again?
I understand. Well, I could
Meaning,
answer from
go
my
ahead,
point of view.
go
No,
ahead. Yeah.
I've seen. Look, I think that you'll never know. Like I've seen some of those situations, and they look like their relationship was fine.
Right.
Did it look like it was better than maybe the mother that was there all day every day? No, it looked like they missed their father, and when he was around, they loved being around him, and the father and the children had a great relationship. Now, what I would say is we don't know what's truly in the hearts and minds of those children and how developmentally is that going to play out. Where later on in life, they're like, well, dad, you weren't really around and I love you, but A, B, and C things happened. And this is why I smoke crack now.
Jesus Christ.
0 to 100. Sorry.
I think it's
you get the question though, right?
Yeah.
Because it's almost like the portrayal, right? There's like, because sometimes I look at it and I'm pretty mindful about like not moving around too damn much because of my family, my kid, and I want to make sure it's balanced. But then I look at other people and who that I've known for just, there's a different mindset, but everything still looks good. But again, you just never know what everyone's deal is. So
yeah, and I mean it's a lot to think about, right? Like what if I have to go do something, like you kind of feel guilty no matter what it is, right? So you're trying to always be super conservative as far as your time and your time away from your kids. But you sent through an article earlier today, Kay, that I thought was kind of,
I read it
a lot. You really read it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yo, round of applause for EFN.
Hey, you got to get your sound effects machine working.
Yeah, no round of applause for Manny Digital because his digital ain't working.
Bro, I'm gonna still pretend like I heard it anyway.
All that fucking work on your den over there, and that fucking machine still ain't working.
Don't be jealous. The reality is, so I'll get back to the article in a second, but I think it's back to like what you can control, what you can't. One, and two, I think the way I approach it, you got to weigh the opportunities, right? Like in certain cases, it's worth it. In certain cases, it's not. And I think that's how you guys look at it as well. But in the conservative approach, sometimes you got to get off the brake a little bit and hit the gas sometimes a little bit because it's healthy for you, right? So like let's just say it's a hangout with your boys.
Man, he's like on a Monday, and what is it, the 18th? On the 18th, if let's just say we're all gonna meet in Miami, like you gotta go and meet in Miami,
right? But you guys would likely, in most circumstances, you would look at that and be like, probably not gonna do it. Like if we lived in the same city, a Monday night hangout, probably not. Depends on what we're doing, right? But sometimes that's a good thing for you to do. The struggles that kids need to go through in order for them to figure life out, those healthy struggles that was talked about in that article, it's necessary, bro. Like there's no other teacher that's going to get them to a place of understanding how to maneuver around those situations. And we as parents default to trying to eliminate all of them shits.
Right.
And we got to find that balance. So even in this case, like I think it's worth letting off the brake a little bit.
And I think it's also family dynamics that we have to consider. There's large families, with grandparents, younger grandparents, aunties and uncles and cousins close by. That changes the ability for a parent to travel or do other things. Another thing too is I think that there's two sides to this to consider. in the early stages of a child, as a father, you might want to be there. Obviously, it's good for you to be there consistently for building that bond, but also for selfish reasons for yourself, because you're never going to have that again with that child. So the more time you spend, the more memories you have, the more experience you have with that young child. And so that consistency carries over to the point where that child is a little older, and now they're conscious. So now it matters to them, that consistency, and them even, let's just say that now they're a little bit more independent and they don't need you around for that day-to-day stuff. The fact that you show effort in wanting to be around, I think speaks volumes, or does impacts in a way that no one can understand, versus the parent that says, all right, my kid's older, they're going to school, I'm just going to fucking travel every weekend because I'm hustling and I'm grinding and I got to bring in this money every fucking weekend, when they can actually change or change their schedule around to make an effort to be around. They might not, and that older child now kind of notices it, and I think that has an impact. I don't know if all these things string together in my fatherhood rant, but there you have it.
Your stream of fatherhood consciousness. Nah, I mean, back to the kind of the basics, right? It's like, it's everybody has their own way of approaching it, but you know best kind of what your kid needs. Hopefully, ideally, you have a sense, right? And so, I would challenge parents to switch it up a little bit every so often.
But not just your kid. Remember, your spouse as well.
Of course,
needs.
Of course, and that all of that factors in and plays together. Because again, like, having time apart, I think, is critical. You have to, from the kids, from your spouse, is necessary. How often you do that, I think, is really where the question is. Because if you're spending more time with the homies or doing something else than with the fam, like, you got a problem.
And what is that time apart? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. 9.5 times out of 10, if I'm out and about, I'm drinking with the homies.
Right.
Either I'm fucking drinking for work or I'm drinking for social activities. And I don't think that that's necessarily healthy or good. You know what I'm saying? Where everything involves alcohol.
Yeah, you fucking up.
No, but luckily I'm doing, like I said, I'm with the fam more often than not, you know?
Right.
And if I do drink with the fam, it's definitely not the same style of drinking. You know, like if we go to a restaurant and I have like 2 beers versus I go to the restaurant with Charlie Skins and I have 10 beers, you know, and 2 shots. It's a totally different thing. You know what I'm saying?
What up, Charlie?
So that matters too. Like Charlie's a perfect example who's come at me on some like, yo, bro, you gotta make time for your homies. You know, we gotta go out, we gotta do things. And I'm like, yeah, bro, but when I do things with you, all we fucking do is get drunk. That's all we fucking do. Like, how is that?
But what would you like to do? Go to the fucking library with your homies? Like, what do you? What?
No, but
what
no. He was trying.
Do?
No, he was trying to make a case. He's like, bro, you know, you don't go out, you don't do anything. You know, I go, yeah, I fucking drink at Drink Champs, at least 1 to 2 times a fucking week, and I drink abnormally more than the average person does on Drink Champs. So I basically have 3 servings of hanging out with you in 1 fucking day of working.
Right.
And then you want me to go and do that shit with you for fucking fun? Like, I get it. I want to. I would love to. But I got a family that needs my liver and needs me alive and needs me fucking sober.
But what would you guys do without alcohol? Like, what activities would you get into?
I mean, look,
as a crew?
Like when we filmed, like when we filmed Coming Home or whatever,
yeah,
we didn't drink 24/7. You know, we drank 23/6. No, but realistically, we didn't drink the entire time. You know what I'm saying? It was probably like 60-40. So obviously there's moments of sobriety in doing what we were doing, and it was fine. But, you know, we're in an adventure in another country, and, you know, it's easy. But yeah, what are we going to fucking do? Play mini golf? Like, I'm down. But I'm sure even in the mini golf place, we're going to be like,
where's the brews?
Where's the bar?
I think that's why a lot of people start playing golf, because it's like, all right, what do you do when you get older? Like, for fun. I see him a lot. I see a lot of people like
It's
move
a
over
thing now, dude.
into
It's
golf to
weird.
like hang out and shit.
Yo,
Yeah,
but
I don't
it's
know.
if you go to play like a full game, 18 holes, you're out for like 9 hours.
Yeah, is
Like,
that good?
That's not. I can't do that shit.
Nah, bro. Just go bowling, man. I'd rather bowl.
Bowling, yeah. There's a lot of fecal matter in the bowling balls.
Oof.
So that,
Is there?
yeah. Oh my God.
How did you find that fun fact?
This came out in the news. Like,
Because you were
years
eating
ago.
chicken fingers and then you licked your finger like, oh, this tastes like
I was like,
fecal
this is
matter.
very familiar.
Let me go test it.
Yeah. Fuck face. No, it's like it came out sometime 5 years ago or some shit. And it was like one of the places where you have the most fecal matter like out there available. Like for people to like that are always interacting with the shit.
Well,
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I gotta say that I'm a little shocked these days when I'm out and you go to a public bathroom, the amount of people that don't wash their hands after.
Bro.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo, it's
like not that hard, man.
It's like 70% of the people. Men's bathrooms,
Yeah.
at least 70%.
And like when I take my kid in there, like he's noticing it too. And he's like, we go out of there looking at each other like, damn, like, what is wrong with them?
Speaking of public bathrooms, tell me, Kay, if you or either one of you actually, if your kids make it a point to go visit random bathrooms whenever you guys are going out, like on purpose, like they're like trying to find an excuse to go to the bathroom.
Nah.
Okay, so I've had this happen twice with my two oldest kids. When my eldest was 5-6 years old, she enjoyed exploring bathrooms. Like she would, and then like go, and then she'll have an opinion, like, "Oh, that was a nice bathroom. Oh, it wasn't." Like,
I was start a blog.
Well, let me ask you this: are they going to the bathroom because they can go by themselves, or are you and your wife taking them to the bathroom? Because I think if you're letting them go by themselves, then it's the opportunity to like have the independence.
For my son, I think it is that. For my oldest daughter, no. She would go, like my wife would take her to the bathroom, and it was still kind of a thing that she wanted to go visit. Like it was ridiculous. At one point, I was like, "Yo, let's just not go nowhere. Let's just stay in the fucking bathroom," because it was always a bathroom trip. But my son now rates bathrooms. He'll come out and be like, "That was a 6." Oh, we went to the airport bathroom in DR when we went earlier this year. He came out. He came out. He was like 10 of 10. Like,
oh yeah, DR.
He came with his fingers like this, flashing his finger.
Now, do you let your son go to the bathroom by himself? I mean, meaning like he can walk to a bathroom by himself and all that stuff.
It depends how close we are sitting to the bathroom. If we're too far, then no, I go with it. I try to make it a point to go, but there's cases where we let him go, and he does love the independence.
You guys saw that? I don't know how real it is. Sorry, but that thing about like creepers being in the stalls.
Oh yeah, no, there's been actually a bunch of recent news articles about kids getting kidnapped out of public bathrooms.
Have you heard of that movie that's all the rage now about this whole shit?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know the name. There's the title of it though.
There's a movie called what? Bathroom Snatchers?
Well, they snatch everywhere, not just bathrooms, but essentially it's
yeah, the Freedom one.
Yeah.
I had actually donated money to that dude in the past.
Oh, you mentioned this guy. So this is the movie attached to that?
I haven't seen the movie and I don't understand. I mean, I haven't watched it. And now I'm kind of turned off to watch it, not because I just don't want to be swayed one way or the other. I already believe in the dude's thing, and I donated to this cause. I just don't understand what the problem is.
Isn't there a bunch of like political stuff going on with it?
I saw him do an interview where he said it wasn't. He said he followed real leads, and some of it I think led to people in like Hollywood doing something.
Okay,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So it's called The Sound of Freedom, the movie, and it came out this past summer. Now July, a couple months ago. Tons of people were talking about it. A lot of controversy around it. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I want to.
So I don't know what the controversy is.
Haven't seen it either.
I don't think I could bring myself to seeing it.
He had documentaries that I've seen before. He had put his own documentaries out about what he did to raise funds because you could donate. And I saw one where they went to Haiti, they went to Mexico and here, and it's just like, yo, like kudos to you to fucking, because the guy he goes and he takes the fight and he goes and gets these kids wherever the fuck they're at. Like he puts himself in harm's way and he gets like ex-military to go with him.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, bro, here's some bread, please. Like keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, bro.
Now people were making a big deal about it, probably because of the innuendos. Or I haven't seen the movie on the Hollywood shit. That'd be my guess.
Look, I don't. Again, I haven't seen the movie, and I don't know, and I definitely don't believe in all the crazy conspiracies. But I think we all can agree that the rich and powerful, rich in general, they have an appetite that they can fund, and they will. And there's a lot of fucking creepers with money out there. And we see it with Jeffrey Epstein and what happened there. Like I'm sure that the reason why that never came to light till how far long it took for it to come to light is because everybody's like, no way, that's a conspiracy. Get out of here, you know. And then look, this shit's legit, and that shit still isn't being fun. And probably what this guy talked about probably ties into all that. I would assume.
Yo, I'm scared, bro.
Our internet shuts down.
Yeah. I'm scared. Just be vigilant with your kids, bro. Like, don't blindly trust anything. Because unfortunately, like, you got to be on high alert, and it's the best way to prevent any craziness. Like, even at church, bro. I go to church. My son needs to go to the bathroom, or anybody. I'm right there with him. Like, yo, let's go. I'm gonna go into the bathroom with you, and handle your business, and then we out. Because I have no faith in nobody.
Yeah, man, I can't. Bro, I couldn't imagine a parent dealing with something like that, like a kidnapping or any kind of abduction type thing.
So now,
well, on that note, guys,
yeah, we're ending the episode on a fucking doozy here.
I mean, should we all make a point to watch it and come back and report?
Oh my God, bro!
I mean, it is about children.
Look, I will commit if you guys commit, but I really don't want to.
We still haven't done the therapy shit.
Or the spy shit yet.
Or the spy.
Let's do the spy shit first before we watch the movie. How about that?
Let's spy on the movie while doing therapy.
Right.
Yo, but dead ass, y'all down to do the spy shit?
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, Kay
I gotta
still
get the hell
hasn't
out of
answered.
No, I already said I was the first one who said yeah.
All right.
He's gonna learn how to hide more in the mic.
Yeah. We'll talk more about it when we're closing the bar down in a few weeks.
In Puerto Vallarta. That's where we're gonna be.
Yeah, exactly. All
right,
y'all.
fellas.
Pizza. Not Pizzagate.